Myself, Patari Nivrutti, from Rabadur Narana Boroke College, Srirampur, District Ahmednagar State, Maharashtra. Today, we will learn 12th Science Physics, chapter number 15, Structure of Atoms and Nuclei. In the part of introduction, scientists, Greek philosophers, Phileus and Democritus were the first scientists to propose in the 5th century that matter is made of individual parts called atoms. After this, the Dalton's atomic theory was developed, and now scientist Dalton proposed his theory in early 19th century. Now, according to Dalton's theory, the matter is made of indestructible particles, and now the atoms can combine with other atoms to form new substances. That atom were indestructible. After this, also another theory was developed, J.J. Thomson's atomic model. In this J.J. Thomson's atomic model, the atoms were indestructible was shown to be wrong by the experiments of Thomson's, and now Thomson was discovered the electrons in 1887, and now he proposed his atomic model had some deficiencies. These deficiencies was improved by another scientist, Rutherford, and scientist Niels Bohr. In this chapter, we shall discuss these different models, and now the deficiencies in some models. Now, according to these theories, the atom contains a tiny nucleus. The size of nucleus is about 10 raised to minus 14 meter to 10 raised to minus 15 meters. Now, the size of this nucleus is very small than the atoms. Now, also in Thomson's atomic model, Thomson proposes in this model, the atom is a sphere having a uniform positive and negative charges embedded in it. This model is referred as plum pudding model. The Thomson's atom model is referred as plum pudding model, and now in this model the total charge on the nucleus is equal to the total charge on the electrons, and the atom is the electrically neutral. However, this model cannot be explained satisfactorily the stable structure of atoms. And now, after this, the scientist Jagger-Marden's experiment was studied by Rutherford, and now in this Jagger-Marden's experiment, now this is the source of alpha particles. From the source of alpha particles, a narrow beam is emitted, and now they are passes through the collimator and which are incidents on the nucleus. Now this is the nucleus, that is positive charge nucleus. On this positive charge nucleus, the alpha particles is bombarded, and now they are scattered in different angles on the screens. Now these alpha particles is scattered, and now it produces scintillations on the surrounding screens. These scintillations could be observed through a microscope, which could be moved to different angles with respect to the incident alpha particles or incident alpha beams. Now it was found that the alpha particles pass through a straight lines, and now it incidents on the gold foils, while a few were deflected through various scattering angles is shown in the diagrams, and now it is 0.14% of about the incident alpha particles were scattered through angles larger than 0.1 degree. Out of these most were deflected through a very small angles, and now some of the particles also passes through without any deflections through this positively charged nucleus. We know the atoms consist of positively charged nucleus, and the surrounding the electrons is revolving. The size of the nucleus is very small than the size of the atoms. So there are more space is available between the positively charged nucleus and the revolving negatively charged electrons, and now due to this the some particles are passes without any deviations, without any scatterings. Now scientist Rutherford has developed his atomic model from the observations in Jigar-Marden's experiments, and now he proposed Rutherford's atom model. In this model, that is in Rutherford's model, the entire positive charge and most 99.9% of the mass of an atom is concentrated in the central nucleus, and the electrons revolving around it in circular orbits. While revolving in circular orbits, the electron radiates energy continuously with increasing frequencies, and now due to this the loss of energy of the electrons revolving in a spiral path and ultimately fall into the nucleus, and now the Rutherford's models cannot be give the stable structure of atomic models. Now this is the difficulties in Rutherford's models. Now after this the Niels Bohr scientist was proposed his theory, and now Niels Bohr scientist gives the stable structure of the atom model. Now the next point is atomic spectra. So in this atomic spectra we shall study the hydrogen gas. Now atomic spectra means the spectrum of electromagnetic radiations the electromagnetic radiations are absorbed or emitted by an electron during the transitions between different energy levels within an atom. Now, when an electron gets excited from one energy level to another, it either emits or absorbs light of a specific wavelength. We know that when a metallic object is heated, it emits radiation of different wavelengths. When this radiation is passed through a prism, we get a continuous spectrum. However, in this case is a different of the spectral lines is arises when we heat hydrogen gas inside a glass tube. When we heat a hydrogen gas inside a glass tube to high temperatures, the emitted radiation has only a few selected wavelengths, and when passed through a prism, we get a line spectrum as shown for the visible range. Now, this is the spectrum. Now, in this spectrum, now this is the lines. Now, this line is ultraviolet regions. Now, this is 410 nanometer spectral lines. After this, 34 nanometer, 486 nanometer, and now in the infrared regions, this is 686 nanometer. Now, in between 486 to 686, now this is there is a visible regions. Now, this is the spectrum. Now, here instead of here 656 nanometer. Now, in this spectrum, the lines 410 nanometers, 434 nanometers, 486 nanometers, and 656 nanometers. It showed that hydrogen emits radiations of wavelengths of these different wavelengths, and now it does not emit any radiation with wavelengths in between these wavelengths. The lines, now these lines seen in the spectrum are called emission lines. These lines are called emission lines. Now, in hydrogen atoms emits radiation at some other values of wavelengths in the ultraviolet and infrared regions at a lower wavelengths. The spectral lines can be divided into groups known as spectral lines, and now these spectral lines are called series. Thus, the series starting from lower wavelengths and going to higher wavelengths are called Lehman series, Balmer series, Paschen series, Brackett series, Fund series, etc. Now we will see shortly this series arises in the hydrogen atoms. Now here suppose principal quantum number n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, n is equal to 4, n is equal to 5, n is equal to 6, another line is n is equal to suppose 7. The transitions of the electrons are arises from lower orbit, just like this. So here orbits, now this is the transition of electrons from here lower orbit to here orbit is shown, are called, this is the Lehman series. Lehman series. After this, now this is the bracket series, Balmer series. Balmer series. After this, Fern series, bracket. Now this is bracket series. Now after this the Fern series arises. Now this is the atomic spectra of hydrogen atom. Thank you.